Yo, what's going on, everybody? It is Straight Outta Boston here, and today I'm back for episode number 38 of my Jim Lowry Road to the Show series here on MLB 15 The Show. And yes, we're finally back with some more Jim Lowry. I'm sorry I've neglected this series a little bit over probably the past week or so. I don't think I've posted an episode of this in probably a week and a half, 2 weeks, something like that. But anyway, I do apologize. I do want to reiterate that I am going to continue this series. I plan on continuing this series throughout the winter and into MLB 16 The Show. So for the fans of the series, do not fret. Although I will say I am going to be posting it probably less and less as the winter goes on, just because as we move out of baseball season, I do want to focus on putting out videos that are, I guess, more in season would be the way to put it. You know, putting out some NHL 16 and some NBA 2K16 content. You're definitely going to see a shift in focus into those two games as we progress further towards the winter. But anyway, it is still prime time for baseball as the baseball playoffs have started up, and I don't know if you guys want me to talk about that stuff in some of these videos, because I know in the past in Road to the Show videos, like in previous years, I've actually talked a lot about just Major League Baseball in general in these videos instead of just talking about the gameplay, which I know can get kind of tedious, especially when you really just watch Jim Lowry dominate scrubs all night long. But I just got done watching the Blue Jays-Rangers game, actually, ironically enough, and then I did not get a chance to catch any of the Pirates-Cubs game, but I did also watch the Astros-Yankees game. But the Rangers-Blue Jays game one was pretty entertaining, I thought, and the Rangers surprising me a little bit. I thought, I'll reiterate this again, as I've said in the past. I kind of think I buy into the playoffs are pretty random, and things happen in small sample sizes that are kind of unpredictable. But I honestly thought the Blue Jays were going to wipe the Rangers and make it a 3 or 4 game series. The Rangers were pretty impressive, especially thinking Price against Gallardo in Game 1. I thought that was a game that Toronto had to win. Now they have to face Cole Hamels. Granted, it will be in Toronto in Game 2, but still, if they lose to Cole Hamels now, they go down 0-2, they got to go to Texas. That is going to be tough to overcome. So it was a big Game 1 victory for Texas. And then, like I said, I didn't catch any of the Cubs-Pirates series, or the Cubs-Pirates game, but the Astros-Yankees game, a lot of people said it was pretty boring, but I enjoyed watching Dallas Keuchel pitch. I haven't gotten a chance to watch him pitch too much this season because the Astros are rarely on national television for obvious reasons, but they're obviously going to be on national television at least for a couple more times this season as they are moving on to the ALDS after beating the Yankees 3-0. And as a Red Sox fan, I was kind of happy to see that. I don't really have any rooting interests or any, deep rooting interest in this playoff or in these playoffs. I would like to see the Cubs do well, make it to the World Series or even win the World Series. My father's a big Cubs fan, and because of that, I've always sort of rooted for the Cubs as like one of my secondary teams, you would say. Not really, rooting hard as a fan or anything, but if they ever made the playoffs, I would certainly root for them, and they have this year, so I'll be rooting for them. But other than that, I think it'd just be cool to see teams like the Astros make it far, or even the Blue Jays, teams that haven't been there in a while. I think those are more interesting than when you see teams like the Yankees make it. I think it'd be cool if the Mets made it pretty far. I want to see a Mets-Cubs NLCS. That would be awesome. Mets-Cubs, Blue Jays, Astros, Final Four, I guess that's what I'll be rooting for. But in all honesty, it's not like I'm going to be watching the games like diehard, cheering on the teams or whatever. I'll just watch it more for the enjoyment of watching baseball. But anyway, let's get into the gameplay. So we're taking on the Seattle Mariners, and as you can see, pitching relatively well so far through 7 innings. Actually, our night would be done after 7 innings. But we do pick up the loss. That 7th inning home run we gave up to Robinson Cano gave Seattle the lead, and we were opposed by Felix Hernandez that game, so it did not take much to give up the lead and not get it back, because Felix was pretty darn good, and I think his ERA is even lower than mine is this season. So anyway, now we're taking on the New York Yankees, game number 2 this episode from Yankee Stadium. A little matinee action Saturday afternoon. We actually had a full week's rest in between starts this time around, thanks to a couple of off days in the middle of the week. But going up against the Yankees, and you can see Jim's numbers so far this year: 2.17 ERA, 5-3 record. And I don't know why Jim's cleats switched to black this game. I swear I didn't change anything with the accessories, but he was wearing black cleats today, so I cannot explain that. But anyway, that is Mason Williams leading things off. He actually tried to bunt his way on, but a good play by Josh Donaldson. Now it's Dwight Smith Jr. up, and that's going to be a ground ball. Looks like it was going back up the middle, but Devin Travis with a nice play. So some defensive help here early on from the Toronto Blue Jays. Now it is our former teammate Danny Muno up leading things off in the 3rd. He's going to go down on that changeup. Not well located, but he kept it on the outer half of the plate, and the difference in velocity between the fastball and the changeup fooled Muno there. He was way out in front of this and had no chance. So pretty good pitch there by Big Jim. Now it is Tyler Ladenford or Laffendorf. I don't remember exactly what the last name is, but he goes down on the fastball up and in, and that would be the 2nd strikeout victim of the afternoon for Big Jim. Now it's Brett Gardner up, and he's going to go down looking. So 3 strikeouts through 3 innings so far. Lowry is settling in here. He's pitched 3 scoreless. Now bottom 4, it is Eduardo Lopez up 2-2 count, and Lopez goes down. This time it's a 4-seamer up and in. 4th K of the day for number 13. Now it's Muno up again. He's already struck it out once. This time it's the first pitch of the AB. He's going to go the other way with a deep left center field. This ball is going to get down and one hop up off the fence in front of the bullpen there. Muno on his horse heading for third. Here comes the relay. The throw is not in time, and it's going to be a one-out triple for Danny Muno. So a good run-scoring opportunity here for the Yankees, so we'll try to push across the first run of the day. Here's that man Laffendorf again, and he's going to get a little base knock into left center field. That will get the run home, and the Yankees are on the board. They take a 1-0 lead. So Lowry will now look to rebound later in the inning. It's Gardner up. He's already K'd once tonight, and he's going to go down again, this time on the changeup. Off speed gets Gardner. Looks like he tried to check a swing there. Not sure if that was called or if they said he went around, but either way. Bottom 6 now. Brian McCann up to 2 count, 1 down. It's a 4-1 lead for Toronto. They got 4 runs into the top half of the 6th to give the Blue Jays the lead. And now we strike out McCann there. Then it's Dwight Smith Jr. up later in the inning. He's going to take a first pitch fastball, second pitch fastball as well. That time he fouls it off. And then the third pitch, strike out on the changeup in the dirt, drop third strike, but the throw to first would be in time. So Lowry's got 7 Ks through 6 innings of 1-run baseball here. Pitching pretty effectively. It's Didi Gregorius up a 1-2 count. Gregorius so hot during the second half of the season, but not hot there. He goes down to the changeup. 8 Ks now for Big Jim, and it's Aaron Judge up with a 1-0 count. 66 pitches on the evening, but Judge gets a hold of that one deep left center field, and that ball is gone. I've talked about it before. I like to jam Aaron Judge because I feel with his big frame, you don't want to let him get extended. That's really where you're going to get into his power zone. But that time he got around on that up and in fastball and turned on it, took it to deep left field, and it was gone. And then later in the 8th inning, now it's Lopez up with the man on first. That's going to get down into the gap. That'll go all the way to the wall. Here comes the runner around from third. The relay is not in time, and that was Mason Williams who would come around and score. It's now a 5-3 ball game, and Jim's evening would be done. He gets pulled after 7 1/3, 3 runs across so far, still responsible for the man on second. He would not come across him, and the Blue Jays would pick up the win 6-3. 7 1/3 innings pitched, 8 hits, 3 earned, 8 strikeouts, no walks. Pretty good stuff from Jim Lowry. Now we've got one final start, and in honor of Jake Arrieta's ridiculous performance the other night against the Pirates, I'm going to be switching the windup to him. I don't know if it's just going to be for this one game, but I decided to do it for this game, and we're taking on the New York Mets. As you can see, a little day of baseball action here from the Rogers Center, as we are getting ready to, I'm not even sure what game of the series. This is back-to-back starts against New York teams. You're going to see in this Mets lineup a lot of left-handed hitters. I'm not even sure if they had, I guess that Juan Lagares might have been the only right-handed hitter they had in the lineup today. And he's going to get things started with a shot down the right field line. That's going to get down and go to the wall. Lagares on his horse, busting it for second base. The throw is offline. It looks like it was in time, but Lagares is in there safely with a leadoff double. Now, later in the inning, it's Daniel Murphy up. Murphy's going to fly one to right center field. This ball is back. Our right fielder, Nelly Cruz, is there. He will make the play, but that's plenty deep enough to get the runner home from third. So the Mets will get the first run of the afternoon here, and it is a 1-0 New York. Now later, top 2, it's Matt Wieters up, our former battery mate here in Baltimore, and Wieters is going to take this one to deep center field. The center fielder back, but that one is going to be caught. So some BABIP luck here going in the way of Jim Lowry. Now it's Dustin Ackley who would be the next batter. First pitch of the AB, and that ball's left over the hard to plate, and this one's taken to deep center field. High, deep, and it's going to be caught just in front of the shade there, right at the warning track. So some deep fly balls there. Definitely Lowry giving up some solid contact. Then he's going to walk Dilson Herrera here later on in the second inning. That's going to put 2 men on with 2 men down. And now for Juan Lagares, he's already got 1 hit today. He's going to take it the other way once again into right field for a base knock. Cruz comes up with it. The relay is actually no relay. It goes straight through, and it would be done in time. So another run pushed across for the Mets. It's a 2-0 lead for New York. Later in the inning, it's Brock Holt up, 0-2 count. Holt is going to ground this one to the second baseman. Travis is there, throw to first in time, and Lowry's out of the inning. But 2 runs across so far through 2 innings. Good stuff from the Mets so far. Lowry not looking sharp. It's Travis d'Arnaud up, 0-2 count, and d'Arnaud goes down to the fastball, 99 miles an hour. Finally the first K of the afternoon here for Jim Lowry. Now it is Matt Wieters up again, 0-1 count. Wieters, line shot over the third baseman's head into left field. That's going to get down. It will be stabbed by the left fielder and cut off, but it'll be a single nonetheless, and a very hard hit single at that for Matt Wieters. Now 2-on for Dustin Ackley, 1-0 count, and Ackley's going to shoot this one back up the middle for a base hit. Center fielder coming on, charging hard, but here comes the run around from third, and he will score. It's a 3-0 lead for New York. So back-to-back starts with 3 runs allowed here for Big Jim, and we're only in the third now. It's Daryl Setsalani up. He's going to round this one to the second baseman. Travis flipped to the shortstop in time. Third and final that inning. out of the inning, excuse me. Lowry finally threw the third. Now top four, it's Lagares up, and Lagares goes down in the changeup. Not even a great pitch there from Lowry, but Lagares not the best, especially against right-handed pitching. And that would be the 100th strikeout of the season for Big Jim, so a bit of an in-season accomplishment there. Now it is Dilson Herrera up. We skip ahead to the top of the 6th, and he's going to line this one to left center field. That's going to get down. That'll go all the way to the wall. Left fielder finally over to plate. He'll get it in quickly, and Herrera will be held at second. But it's a 2-out double, and that would actually do it for Big Jim. His day would be done. Did not have the ace stuff here today. Really was not one of his best starts. You can see the final stat line: 10 hits, only 2 strikeouts, 1 walk, 5 2/3, 3 runs pushed across, and luckily Herrera would not come around and score. But the Mets would go on to win this one. Lowry gets the no decision because the Blue Jays were able to tie it back up in the 8th, but the Mets retook the lead in the 9th, and that is going to do it. So I hope you guys did enjoy the semi-return of Jim Lowry, but like I said, I already touched on that, so I'm not even going to get back into it. So thanks for watching, guys. Hope you did enjoy, and I'm out. Peace.